But yeah, I mean, we talked about Jalen Hurts. We talked about Patrick Mahomes. Monday Night Football was fun to watch. It was a fun game. Eagles and Chiefs. Big. What'd you learn?
Um, I learned that the Eagles sometimes are very unprepared for games. um, at least that game, and Andy Reid. What's impressive about that win is that Andy Reid is one of those guys who's very he's very difficult to defeat out of a bye, and he has extra time. There was a lot of new wrinkles that was that you can see out there, and I think that the Eagles, it caught the Eagles off guard. I mean, I don't think they was ready for it, and um, they got handled in the first half. The punter didn't punt very well. He had several shanks. There was a lot of holding going on in that game,
Both sides,
and
though.
absolutely,
Both sides.
yeah, yeah. To be fair, it was both sides. I think that it was cleaned up a lot in that second half.
I agree.
So
It was still there, though. It was still clearly there, but I do agree. It was tamed a bit.
man, right before the half, when the Chiefs scored, I believe the field goal, Jalen Carter was tackled. He was tackled, literally was tackled. And it was very clear and apparent that he was tackled. So I just think that they didn't. It just I don't know. It was just a
Mm.
weird game.
It was a
But
bit rainy.
and I hear a lot of people saying, "Well, Hurts can't throw the ball." That's an absolute joke.
Hell yeah.
If you give Hurts some time, I think he'll make some very good passes. He'll surprise you, and I think that he's, I'm trying to think. Did he miss any passes that was open? Yeah, the one interception, which I've heard people say that AJ Brown gave up on the route. I don't know. I don't know what was in his head at that moment. So I don't want to pretend to know what was going on there, but you know what? It was a turnover, and Hurts a good number of Hurts' turnovers because people talk about this. I don't really attribute to Hurts, as being his fault. Hell, that was just an absolute bad read. At the end of the Jets game when he threw that interception, that was an awful read. And I'll be the first to say, what is this guy doing? But I don't think he's made a lot of bad reads or bad decisions, and I'm not going to criticize him for having a ton of turnovers this year.
Right. Okay, Vince. I know you didn't watch the game, but I know you did. You did watch the highlights a bit. Just from that perspective, what did you learn?
Uh, I'll start. Sorry, I'll start off by saying if I remember right, I'm the only one who actually took Eagles to win it. Like even
No,
Big was scared.
no. I
He
what? That
was.
doesn't mean he didn't take the Eagles to win the game. What do you mean?
He didn't think like he was literally scared to go into Kansas City and play the Chiefs at their home
Well, of
stadium.
course, it's the
Anyway,
Chiefs. It's the Chiefs off
yeah,
a bye at home
mm,
in the
I
rain.
understand why, but
It'd be a pretty
I still
scary
think
game.
I think the Eagles are the best team in football. But anyway, off that, like you said, holding was problems. There's mainly three reasons to hold. Three, sorry, yeah, I'll say mainly. Don't get that twisted. And I'll harp on two of them. Holding's a result. Two of the top three of lazy blocking, or just the guys are just flat out tired and exhausted. But yeah, I thought I saw a lot of lazy blocking.
That's all you learned.
I'll keep it short and sweet, but
I thought
anyway.
Okay.
I think that the Chiefs with a lot of those blitzes, those exotic blitzes which they're known for, the Eagles was not prepared for that. And I also don't think that Jalen Hurts readily. I'm not saying he's incapable. I'm saying he didn't readily in times identify the blitzing the defensive back, and I think that it kind of hurt him a little bit.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, in general, there's three reasons to hold. Generally, it's being lazy, lazy blocking, the guy's being fatigued, or the guy's beat and he's just going to say, "Oh, my quarterback's going to get smashed, so I'm going to hold him, try to prevent that."
Dude,
Generally, those are the three reasons to hold. It's either
I
you're
saw
lazy or you're just tired.
I saw a lot of I'm beat. I saw a lot of I'm beat holding. I don't know what you was looking at, bro, but there was a lot of look. Lane Johnson when he basically did the what do they do to the bullfighters? Do the Toro,
Hooray!
whatever it's called.
Well, very
Yeah.
first one, it was Hassan Reddick. He literally got in because, for whatever reason, he was 81, sorry, 83. That was extremely
On the
lazy.
Chiefs?
Yeah, tight end. That's the problem. They have a tight end
Noah
trying to
Gray, maybe?
block
I don't know.
Reddick. But
They
yeah,
love
they
they
have a
love
tight end.
blocking Hassan Reddick with tight ends. Everybody does for some reason. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
They love
Anyway,
blocking Hassan with tight ends.
very first play, Reddick sacked him because 83 basically just put two hands on him and then went out on her out.
I mean, no, wait. So Hassan Reddick was being chipped. They were chipping him.
I said very first play. Yeah, during the game he probably was. I think that's what the guy tried to do, but again, he did it. That's why I say it's lazy. He was so lazy about it. Literally, he extended his arms. Once he touched him, he went out on his route.
Right,
It was
because
very weak, very
that
lazy.
that's the chip.
He was probably
Just the
he was probably the quick read.
Yeah,
right, you know.
there was just very little effort. That's why I'm calling it lazy.
Yeah. I mean, I saw, there was plays where, they were finding him and, they were just literally having the guy on the edge just chip him, each and every play.
Well, when you chip, you still have offensive linemen pick him up after the chip. Literally on the first play, it was a chip, and no one else touched him.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, maybe he had too much dip on his chip.
A little too much. Just a little, a tad. No, but as far as what I've learned from that Chiefs Eagles game, just watching it, that the Eagles are by far the best team in the NFL because they're not even playing their best football, and that's what scares me. They just beat, and it's circumstances that they're winning as well. Obviously, they were winning these games that were close, but they're still winning them. It doesn't matter. They just played the Chiefs at home after their bye week in the weather. They turned the ball over. It didn't matter. They got their own turnovers. They did what they had to do to win the football game. They set obviously the Chiefs. There's the stat. Obviously, they were the worst team in the second half as far as like scoring points. I could care less. The Eagles played fantastic. They still scored on this Chiefs defense that's looked phenomenal. So I think the Eagles are by far the best team in the NFL by like a wide margin too. And I'm talking AFC and NFC. It's not just the NFC. It's the entire NFL. And when they can start clicking, and it's going to be scary. And as far as the Chiefs, I feel like the Chiefs needed to make a move for an offensive weapon that they can rely on outside of Kelsey. I think that they messed up not doing so, and it's going to hurt them. And if they have a chance at the Super Bowl, which they'll be there, they're always in that conference championship range. It seems like it's gonna be that defense. That defense is gonna have to get them there. Mahomes can make plays. They got some players that can run the ball a bit. And they got a defense. That's how they're gonna have to win the Super Bowl if they have a shot this year. That's what I've learned based off that game, at least.
Right.